Let's get ready to...
What the hell is even that?
That is one big pilot.
For a modern gaming audience.
Why are you running?
Why would you do that? Why would you do any of that?
We're communists.
Woke.
Would you please get your politics out of my comic books? I'm like, what comic books are you reading?
I'm cured! Praise God!
He vatored!
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Give me the meat and give it to me raw.
For a modern gaming audience.
If I speak, I am in big trouble. In big trouble.
Welcome to Nerd Wars. Sorry about that. Welcome to Nerd Wars.
Please clap.
Welcome. D-Man told me he was too busy to join us this weekend, and look at him here. I gave you the weekend off, D-Man. Appreciate y'all being here, giving us the applause I desperately need. I have a very fragile ego. Thank you for all the clapping emojis. It's what gets me through the day. And we all know it gets Badger through the day. Skyrim, how much % do you have left on it?
All I have to do left for the main game is pick a side between the Imperials and Stormcloaks and finish the Civil War. And I think we know the Aldemiri Dominion cannot continue. So Skyrim, I'm a Stormcloak now.
Oh, wait. But I thought you were Imperial. Was that for
I
other
am, but
RPG
unfortunately,
reasons?
my empire's been corrupted. I've already assassinated the Empire through the Emperor through the Dark Brotherhood. Now I must kick them out of Skyrim. I'm sorry, brothers. You've gone too far. You're a puppet regime for the Aldemiri Dominion. You decanonized Talos, and now the gods' wrath shall be visited upon you.
Correct.
Erwin, look what happens. I came out of
was just
Skyrim to
thinking
see
that.
what's going on, and people are getting capped in the street again. I'm going back into Skyrim.
I don't blame you too much, but like eventually that comes for your Skyrim as well. ABF thankfully has a wall of toys behind him to prevent people taking the things he loves away from him. How you doing, ABF?
I'm doing pretty well. I took pretty much a week off of streaming, and now I'm ready to get back into it again.
Let's go. Yeah, God, man, you went from 0 to 60 like so quickly with streaming. You like I went out of your mind. Like you did the basically the road to like streamer burnout. I'm really glad you took a week off.
7 streams.
We all know this. Oh, hitting things now. Shout out, Jake. Really appreciate
By the way,
it.
we're gonna have a Skyrim stream. Objectively, no, they are not. No, they are not. They're literally a puppet government of the fucking Altamir elves.
See, it's like just pretend like Israel and Iran are Stormcloaks versus Imperial.
100%. Like, come on. We all know what's going on here. All right.
Wait,
ABF, I'm glad you got your rest.
do you guys hear that?
Don't worry about you.
Huh?
Came out of nowhere.
And I'm also taking a little bit of a break to play Expedition 33, and don't you worry.
I love that you love it.
We will just be discussing how much I love it.
I love it.
And how much Badger loves that I love it.
Yeah.
But first, we're going to do a little bit of entertainment, and then we're going to get into that politics. Hey, sounds like a vacation to me. Oh, actually, before we get in, got St. Hugo dropping a member message for 6 months. Hello. ABF, so on a Leon stream, the idea was born to make an audio mod for Resident Evil 4, replacing the merchant lines with yours. Blessing, yay or nay?
What are you selling?
Yeah, is it that guy?
It.
Yeah,
let's get a little. What are you selling? Let's hear it. Come on, ABF.
What are you selling?
No. What are you
I'm
selling?
waiting a second take.
What are you buying? That's the important. What are you buying?
Put the accent.
What are you buying?
Okay, all right. I think there's keep working on it, and I think you'll be a voice actor here before long.
Yeah, we'll get you in the booth. I'll direct you. We'll go. We'll hit it.
Badger's going to be so jealous of that you're going to have an IMDb credit. He's not going to be the only one.
I actually have an IMDb credit, and you can thank this lovely lady right here in association with Danky for I have an IMDb credit for that Joker thing.
That's funny.
He's getting there. He is getting there.
The boy has talent.
Speaking of boys and talent,
oh shit,
this gentleman had some talent. None of the other kids did. A Badger? We are like usually quite forgiving. We're pretty friendly, and we have the nuance and such. And then we finally have something where it's a little too much for us. The wokeness sucks. The acting was terrible. The casting awful. But then, like, even F&T liked How to Train Your
I don't know.
What is happening? I don't understand. So
again, it's good. I just found the kids and the DEI Vikings super fucking distracting. You add that on top of the fact that I just don't like Nicole Parker, and she did nothing to. I know. Aforementioned, he sings Disney songs. Yeah. I don't know.
I'm always liking things, and all the consensus people are like, it's the worst thing ever. Ballerina is the girl bossiest thing ever. But I love Astrid.
I didn't hate it, by the way. I just think the original is superior, and they didn't hit the same mark that the original did on any of the moments that they tried to. And there's a dissonance between some of the performances. Like, again, Butler is playing stoic from the animated, and he comes off that way, but other ones feel like they're doing it more serious. And I don't know. Just watch
it. Seems like the FNT crew looked past the wokeness stuff and just tried to enjoy it, but at the same time,
that's what I do.
I know.
That's what I do. You can't look past it. I want to take 3 points off for the wokeness.
At the same time, they said that it's a forgettable movie in the sense that you're never going to watch it again, and if you do, you might as well watch the original. So
correct.
Yeah,
that is correct.
That's not a good movie,
but to the current gen who hasn't seen that or doesn't want to watch that, sure, I'm sure it has to be good to them. Like
Andy enjoyed
people
it.
clapped at the end, and they'll go watch their fucking universe robot theme park stuff. You know,
it's good to know that the consensus and I will never ever fucking agree ever on anything. Even when I think it's a slam dunk that I'm finally going to agree with the F&T people.
That is the biggest.
Never.
It's missing that soul, that charm. There's just something. The main actors try hiccup and stoic, but
I'm just glad all the hillbilly trailer park meth head women will feel represented as a Viking. That's really all that matters. Fuck. All right. Next story. John Romita Jr. blasts the modern comic industry. Stick with the entertainment and stop with the preaching. Hey, that's pretty good, but I didn't think it was really tab worthy enough. And then I actually read more into it, and he went on a bit of a tear. So John Romita Jr. is an OG cornboy. Shout out. I know what that is. Red thumbs up if it's ever anything other than a red thumbs up. We're reporting FBI. Someone has hacked your account.
Jessica, I didn't realize that your people were North Africans, Asians, and Inuits because that's the fucking Vikings that I saw on that island of Burke. No thumbs up for them.
The revision's already happened.
Yeah. Look past the wokeness. You can't. The wokeness is everywhere. And then they have an entire council of wokeness to try to excuse it, where the only reason it even happens is to excuse the wokeness.
Black Black Vikings, Asian Vikings are Vikings. Yeah, that's no. I'm told that the Swedes were very multicultural. So bad. What's the second one?
So John Romita Jr. went on a bad podcast and he started talking about like politics. Rudy Giuliani made the city safe for a while, speaking of New York City. And then the next mayor, Bloomberg, did a good job and then tried to steal everyone's guns afterwards. And somehow everything went to shit. The guy after that did a lousy job. Now the city's still struggling. There were days when you could walk Times Square with your family and your grandchildren, and it was wonderful. Same thing with California. My wife's from San Diego. You could walk the beach, and you can't do that in San Diego. You can't do that in New York City. Everything's changed. Something's got to be done. I'm ashamed of New York, but I'm proud there's improvement. I think if they stick to entertainment, you morons who make decisions, stick to entertainment. Don't preach to me. Don't tell me what side of the coin I should be on politically. I don't care. I'm independent. Make me smile with entertainment.
Yeah.
Any thoughts currently on what he's saying?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, look at Trump, for instance. They ran him out of the entire state, and he built hotels that actually cleaned up certain parts of town in New York. So,
let's remember what Giuliani did to make it safe. Like, He did something called stop and frisk, which
works,
highly
and I
against the
fully
Constitution.
1000%
However,
support.
Yeah, but it directly violates the Constitution. You can't have a cop just look at you and decide that you might have done something
All those
wrong,
black
and it violates your
gangbangers,
civil right.
I give zero shits
Doesn't
about.
matter. Yeah, but it doesn't matter because they could do it to you.
But
Just
he
walk
didn't.
up to you.
He did it to all the gangbangers who were begging for it.
They profile people.
Right, but you know
Yeah,
how
they
this
do,
works.
and they should, and it works. It 100% works. And then the Democrats would be like, "Oh, my Constitution, Trump's a king." Go fuck
It
yourself.
works.
The founding fathers would not have put up with all the fucking gangbangers.
Yeah,
But
I'm
it's
sorry.
also against the Constitution.
They would have gone and shot them all.
Yeah,
I support that.
I'm sort of in the middle on it because you know, they did it for a short period of time to clean things up, and it drastically worked. So
you're just going to suspend the Constitution for a short period of time.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
I know,
but
Anakin
you look
and
like a
Padme, well,
gangbanger.
if it works, yeah.
You look like a gangbanger. I'm fine with you being stopped and frisked. I'm 100% fully support it. Don't dress like a gangbanger.
But Erwin, I heard that Trump was deporting people because he has face tattoos.
Oh, I fully 100. My thought is, if you have a face or neck tattoo, we're just gonna go ahead and put you in prison. Let's just go ahead and stop wasting time. Let's not create victims in the future. Let's just go ahead and put you in prison where you belong. We're gonna judge books by their covers. That's what covers are for. French Mode for 2. Rainbow Matter One Piece is just 1,100 episodes. Badger, why?
No.
It's just one at a time. One at a time. If you just watch one a day, then that's only what,
Just a couple years.
3.5 years or something. Shout out, appreciate your French Mode. Back to John Romita Jr. You know, the biggest selling R-rated movie of all time is, everyone knows it, it's Wolverine and Deadpool. Because it was entertainment. It was the most funny. I see people on airplanes laughing out loud watching the movie. Don't preach, entertain. The anger in me is there. It's palpable because of the damage that's been done to the industry. The anger in me is there. That's what I'm saying. We have Democrat fatigue. We got all the fatigue. And oh boy, are they about to give us all the excuses to finally crack down on all of this nonsense and take our country back from the lawless and pre-planned fascist rioters who don't give a shit about the Constitution, but then use our virtues against us to be able to keep carrying it out while we do nothing about it. Fuck them. Put them all in Squid Game 3.
I think people have gotten way too comfortable sitting around thinking about politics, and it's the most important thing in their life.
And that's how we end up with this stuff. I don't particularly care about the rule of law. We haven't had it in a very long time, if ever. And that's where people are at. We should have fixed this sooner, but now it's going to be drastic, sadly.
We wasn't Kangs? That's what you're saying?
No.
Oh, okay.
And of course, we elected people to take care of this problem for us, and they're not going to take care of it for us because Republicans be Republicans. So they want the breaking point, and they're going to probably get it. And I don't think people realize just how far some people have been pushed. And it's not just the crazy leftists. It's the right. We actually have some self-control. We're getting so close to that breaking point, and they're bringing on that fourth turning, and we got to do our best to be responsible. But holy crap, if that breaking point ever happens.
Well, the left absolutely hates.
Fuck your rule of law.
They hate when stuff like this happens because they're convinced that the right are the ones that are the violent people.
Well, yeah, and we all know the left are a bunch of crazy commie terrorists. System Shock 2 Remaster got a new trailer showcasing its multiplayer mode. So I was considering playing some System Shock 2 remake because I'd never played the first one, but everyone loves themselves some System Shock. Like ABF, did you ever play that? Did you ever nerd out hard enough to play that?
I don't even know anything about it, actually.
Yeah, I barely know anything about it either too, but everyone's always, when they talk about like the best like sci-fi and like cyberpunk and all that, they always bring up System Shock. I don't know how well it's gonna hold up. Badger, have you ever dabbled in System Shock?
I'm aware of its OG status and all that, and there's several remakes and mods in the original, but yeah, it's fine. Hey, spoiler, a machine AI takes over and does really creepy fucking biological merging and shit. So yeah, I mean, basically is what Boosh is. Yeah. So it's like, it's cool.
Oh.
It's It's kind of what I talked about with like those veterans of YouTube. Depending on when you started gaming, you hold different games to different levels of fucking Shodan. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
that's my wish list.
what level are you going to hold this to? Dave Bautista is making a cat assassin game set in a neo-noir world inhabited by anthropomorphized cats.
Gooch.
I drank last night, thank you. The game written by Stray's Steve Lerner is a collaboration between Bautista and Titan One Studios. So people like Stray. I never got to play it. It looked good. It was the cat game.
Yeah.
Why are they
redundant?
Or ABS 4%?
Stray was a great game, but I don't know. I can't help but think that this is like the Vin Diesel mixing with Ark, and it's gonna be not really a great game that'll ever come out type of thing.
I forgot
Cat
about
assassin. That is a redundant term. They're all a bunch of little fucking cat assassin killers anyway. Little masochists kill for no reason. They're
protecting.
They're
us.
like the monsters in solo leveling where they just have a voice that tells them to kill all the fucking things that move. Bastards.
So I can't believe they found a picture of Dave Bautista where he wasn't wearing some sort of jewelry or makeup or a dress. Like that's literally, I just type in Dave Bautista and that's the first thing that comes up.
Man,
Him
see
wearing
how
pearls.
different his pre and post Ozempic look at top right. That's probably CGI, but still, look at God. He's so that.
And then this.
Yeah, but
muscle weight.
If you say that on Twitter, Badger, you have 5,000 people saying he still weighs like 270 or something like that in the replies.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, he's not looking the same. To be fair, how many of us are? Wait, this didn't get moved in the right place. We're going back to entertainment. This is our games journalist trying to game segment. Shout out to Old Man Grimm. Alyssa Mercante. Try to play some Gears of War Reloaded. She wanted to play some multiplayer, but she was having trouble. Can anyone get a match? Lamau pinged PR for comment. Will update. So she couldn't figure out how to play multiplayer. So she pinged PR. Here's the issue. Up here is where you switch it from public to private and whatnot. She had it set on private. Open to friends.
Amazing.
Instead of public.
Yeah. It's almost like she's not a gamer.
She pinged PR for comment.
So the problem was literally between the keyboard and the chair, like I always joke.
Bro, and what a fucking advertisement for rando gaming. Like, you pull a couple randos and it's Alyssa. Do you imagine? Do you think she knows, like, the mechanics?
You know, I just imagine she just turns into a puddle of blood by a Nasher every single corner.
Do you think she just runs straight into the fucking kill box and is constantly going to need to be rezzed by everyone? Yeah.
She's like our parents when you hand them a first-person controller to play FPS for the first time, and they immediately go,
looking up at the sky.
Yeah.
Every time. or
running
the
into
same,
the
but
wall.
Or their feet.
Yeah. Where are
Every
you
time.
guys? I can't fucking see. Look up.
It's one of those things that, we don't really think about. It's just so easy for us, but someone you give a controller, it's like, I understand. It's a little
Anyone
difficult.
like they're learning to use their hands.
That's the point. Exactly. It's normally adults that say that you get nothing from gaming. Hand-eye coordination, my friends. Go ahead.
That's I just threw a video in private chat, actually, because we have dads taking care of their babies while
I saw this. As someone who has solved about 1,000 puzzles, and now I just do it intuitively in a lot of games, and I don't know how I do it. You just do it. That is problem solving that you were trained by games fucking for a long time.
Oh, yeah. It was when I was telling everyone to just drop out of school and play Schedule 1 instead. I was only mostly joking about
I've
that.
seen this. Yeah, this is great.
Life finds a way.
Have you seen the baby?
You mean this baby?
Hey guys, have you seen babies?
Oh, you mean our gaming buddies?
Aw.
This one.
What are you doing?
Where's the baby?
Baby?
Yeah.
What baby?
Yeah.
Oh my.
So adorable.
That's how you do it.
Oh, it's frozen on one monitor, Fortnite on the other.
Yes, baby gaming.
Hey babe, have you seen the baby?
Oh, you can still have kids. And games.
Yeah, the picture of her.
Can I get the baby now? I'm gonna put him down.
Oh, so the baby doesn't cry.
He's good.
What are you doing?
Huh?
What are you doing?
What does he look like?
Wow.
Got the
That's
booba
nice.
bottle.
That is, I have not seen that
The
before.
holder. I've not seen that either. Genius.
Gamers find a way. Ah, beautiful. And
Fuck,
a shout
Maximus,
out.
what do we do to you?
Maximus. I was gonna say, don't forget Father's Day is tomorrow, right?
I thought Maximus liked us.
Maximus.
No, it was like a bottle holder, so that you can
Yeah.
just hold them up and it holds them.
Yeah.
I thought that
But
was
it's it's where the
But
boob
it's-
is. Like I think
yeah,
that
but
it's
that's
supposed
all
to be
right.
there.
But
Yeah.
I mean, that's where, like, if you're holding the
Yeah.
kid, that's where it would be.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah.
No, I think it's so that a man can breastfeed.
Can't do nothing in this house.
And have nice things. What's like every parent's been like holding the bottle and then starts like getting the cramp. They're like, I know I don't want like asphyxiation and like I'm cramping. I'm cramping.
Yeah, and Moxie, gay is also on the rise. So maybe.
How dare you? Gay is on the rise. Hashtag.
Throwing another one in private chat for your
Evil
badge.
is rising. All right.
I'll say drinking is actually not rising. I thought about bringing it up, but Gen Z's not drinking anymore. And everyone's theory is essentially that they don't socialize. We used to drink to socialize, and now they're all just on their phones. And because of that, alcohol consumption has absolutely just plummeted under Gen Z.
It's also expensive, and everyone gets accused of all the naughty things.
Well, also, you know, we have marijuana around, and I think people are switching
Marijuana?
that more. And like,
Yeah.
I don't know, I see a lot of bars just like closing down forever.
Anna
Yes.
caps off this thread by
So-
saying, "Sorry, folks. I know my work has
This is who tried
inspired a
to
lot
cancel
of
Kirsha.
people here over the years. How? when
I
the
did not
most
know this part.
memorable article in the last 5 years that you've written is you wearing a butt plug while playing Fall Guys and unwittingly including people in your fetish because it vibrates every time you bump into them or they bump into you. Like what
That's
has
sexual
you
assault.
inspired?"
Yeah.
Anna caps off this thread by saying,
Oh, okay. That's
So
fun.
So yeah, this is our games journalism, games journalisming. And so the other reason I brought that up too is because that Anna Valens, which is not a woman, he's a man, and went after through Vice, I believe it was, and then she threatened a lawsuit, and they had to remove like 4 of the articles or whatever. And then this whole thread is essentially how, guys, I'm no longer going to be doing my hard-hitting journalism anymore, my investigative reporting. I'm going to go to more soft topics. So essentially, the higher up said, hey, we don't want to get sued, so you're not doing any more of your investigative reporting. And then ended with a, sorry, I know my work inspired you, but it was literally like talking about like sex toy conventions and stuff like that. I'd not heard that one. But yeah, that's...
Kotaku kind of raised awareness to everybody by putting out that article, and they're even, I just pull one up, but I don't think you could show it on stream because there's butt plugs at like the headline. But yeah, we are now entertaining the Animal Crossing butt plug stage of 2020 is the title of the article. So
yeah, when War Master and the Cabal Militia take over, we're all going to have a bunch of fun new tactics. I don't know about this. I'm bringing back crucifixions myself, at least for my sector. It's going to be great. I'm upside down.
I'm very reasonable. I'm very, we got to do this by the books, guys. But even I am like, fuck the rule of law at this point. The Republicans need to get their shit together or all hell is going to break loose in this country while they try to foment civil war, at least have a color revolution while also whipping out World War III, which very quickly spreads to other
real long time.
But we're still talking games journalism. And then we'll get into Armageddon and Civil War. Hypno pointing out, PC Gamer in 2025, Stellar Blade is smut. So remember, when we like an attractive woman, Gunner's smut. But when they're doing butt plugs that vibrate when they bump into you and Fall Guys, that's good. A Gunner game and wouldn't be successful without the constant talk of Eve's butt. Oh, wait, is there a picture of her butt in here? No. PC Gamer in 2025. Here's how you can buy a $20,000 Asterion sex doll from Baldur's Gate 3 and how realistic it is and amazing it is. I'd also like to get fired if my job knew my browser history at work. Let people goon on Eve in peace. Oh my god, so yeah, this is 2024. And then Gooner Game of the Year. Stellar Blade's mods are 41% smut. Badger, what percent smut do you think the Skyrim mods are?
Honestly, not as much as I saw other people talking about. They're like, Nexus mod just proves it. Don't get me wrong, they're there, but that's the point. There's like 2 or 3 that everyone agreed upon because it's that good. All the rest are armor, immersion, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, not as nearly as much as you would think.
Ensuring gamers will never see the light of heaven. Wait, what? I thought it was light of day. It's light of It is apparently always possible for there to be less clothing.
So wait, are they insinuating that you can't get to heaven if you play with Stellar Blade Booba mods? Is that what they're saying?
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Jake Martin speaks the truth. There are sites specifically for those type of mods that do all the things. Schlongs of Skyrim, I'm looking at you. I don't want to be a eunuch. Where's my dick? Give me my dick back. Yeah, I don't get it.
Or
it's funny too because they don't even like acknowledging Christians usually.
But to be fair, Stellar Blade,
except to use that against us.
It's their hypocrisy we're pointing out. But yeah, that was definitely a lot of the interest was she's hot as fuck. But it was she's hot as fuck in a world where they made all the girls ugly and mannish. And so finally it was a return to form. So that was a selling point. But then it's a really fun game. It's coming to PC, so I'll finally be able to go through it.
The Stellar Blade curve is interesting, says Paul Tassi, as you can just see just how Asia focused it is. Prime gaming time in the West is pretty much its daily low point.
Okay, that daily low point is still better than the high point of Assassin's Creed Shadows.
Also a global game, and they purposely try to make it for a global audience. Paul Tassi, go yourself. So Game Journos, being Game Journos, absolute scum. They deserve all of your scorn.
They're
Shout out
crimers.
Barbie. And we can confirm, we all thought, well, they just went up to 70, and then Nintendo's being crazy and they're going to 80. But hey, everyone else will hopefully stick a Outer Worlds 2. First $80 Xbox game. ABF, we'll throw it to you. You're the official gaming correspondent on the channel. $80 games for everyone. It seems like that's going to be the case, right?
Yeah, well, all right, let's imagine that you're Microsoft. You're like, all right, we want everybody to start paying $80 for a game. Let's lead with our best foot forward with Outer Worlds 2.
Fucking that first one, I don't even remember. Something, I think I remember the plot being that the food wasn't actually nutritious. So people were starving even though they were eating. Like that was the plot of their fucking video game. Also, I'd be fine with $80 if I was getting a big ass game book and a poster and the game had no bugs and all the content wasn't stripped out to be sold back to me.
Do you remember when you were a kid and your parents bought you your favorite game and you
what do you think we were reading on the toilet?
Yeah, no, you're on your drive home and you're like playing with the game, but you can't play with it yet. You're like looking through all this stuff and you open up the giant map of the world that you're going to be in. You're like, this is so fucking awesome.
Or a big thick manual that talks about the characters and the story and
We've got the digital art book and original soundtrack right here for you guys. That the digital art book's not doing it for you? But
digital,
you can pay,
you say.
And it's the DLC skins that, you know, should have been there to begin with.
Oh
hey,
my God.
I put it together too.
They even call it the corporate appreciation prize pack. Corporate appreciation.
Corporate.
I know, and I get it, but then it's like, oh, look, we're being tongue in cheek, but also we are being the evil corpos.
Also,
Hilarious.
let's keep in mind the reason that first one got the blowy that it did was because it was from Obsidian and everyone blows them for Fallout New Vegas and the second KOTOR. But guess what? Like every other goddamn studio, Obsidian ain't what it used to be. So there's a bunch of fucking March for Palestine devs over there that they all look how you expect them to look. And it's,
Yeah, I remember, I think it was a couple of years ago, I was looking for a game to play and Outer Worlds was on sale for like pretty cheap. And they did something at the time. Were they like putting out a bunch of either like BLM stuff or LGBT stuff?
did?
And yeah.
I bought it for like $5 or something. That's how I got suckered.
Yeah.
Because
Yes,
I'd
I
heard
just
people
can't
like
trust
it, and you guys all like those sort of like Fallout-y games. I'm like, oh, I can finally dabble in, and it ended up essentially being the equivalent of, oh, I want to dabble in Mass Effect. I'll go and play Andromeda. That's the new one. It ended up feeling like that,
and it sounded fun because it's sort of like a lighthearted, more
it like space
comedic.
and stuff. I like space. I like planets.
But it's like
Borderlands
lighthearted and funny and stuff like that too. Seemed fun. Yes. But High on Life is probably a game that you should play instead if you're looking for that.
A while ago,
your personality.
The first time I signed up for Xbox Game Pass was one of the reasons was to play High on Life, which I did quite enjoy. No idea how the hell I got a sequel.
Jake, I'm right there with you. Like I said, I don't remember any of the character names. I just shallow.
A boss bitch got a little too boss bitchy with me, so I saved it and I murdered her entire like little town.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
That's a meme too in a game when it's like the quick save option. It's like murder's about to happen.
Yeah, I do like those sort of games where you can kill the NPCs and whatnot like permanently. Because if they get a little mouthy with you, right across,
5 across the eyes.
So there's no way this is the first this has been out in the wild. Someone has had to have already realized it. So we know the logo. It's iconic. So if you think of it as the top view, it looks like this. But then if you make it a front view,
shit.
Oh,
right?
see, I always envisioned the toilet flushing.
Also a good one. But yeah, no, this is I think a pretty accurate representation of the 3-dimensional Ubisoft logo.
I like it. Yeah. They basically created the shit emoji.
I was just about to say they're gonna put some eyes on it because Tencent told them they had to because Asians love poop emojis.
They were ahead of their time with the poop emoji.
I do love me a poop emoji. I definitely have one saved in my editing folder. Sebrew 1138 for 2. Happy birthday, Donald Trump, which yes, we will be getting to because it's like in everything day to day. It's Flag Day. It's the 250th anniversary for the army or the military or whatever. And of course, no King's Day. So that way we can try to overthrow the democratically elected president. Oh, those are good ones. Wait, is that how they actually look? Wait,
yeah,
what
that's how it is on the YouTube.
Wait, mine look different because you guys get different. My StreamYard ones look different than what I see on here, but you guys get the same ones. For some reason, my StreamYards get different emojis, and mine is different. Those
are female. Those were female poops. The ones that I posted look like male poops, right?
Oh, they are.
This looks like a female one. Yeah,
it looks like lipstick, but it's just a mouth open. But I'm gonna from now on, if I ever see it again, we'll think of it as a female poop. Which, as we all, they should put a unicorn horn on it because we all know women don't poop. It's mythological creature.
I was just gonna say, which is not even real because they don't poop.
Oh yeah, they actually have. I forgot. Like YouTube at the very top of their like recommended emojis even has a poop emoji. Yeah, we're guys.
Not Kim Jong-un. He has no butthole.
They run out of 100% efficiency.
You're like dinosaurs, cars, and poop and fart jokes. It will never ever stop. Which is why I think Jurassic World's going to make a lot of money. If they have a T-Rex pull an arc and poop at one point, and someone has to like dodge the poop, I think it's going to crack a bill easy.
You say that, but like probably long run, those projections. Why do you think they're projecting it to be less money than Superman and box office theory?
I saw it. I know. I was a little shocked
because we went over it last night, and then he even said the way they choose it is based on engagement with trailers, pre-sales, on like it's like this whole like triple metric that they use. Rossi for $1.49.
He heard unicorn, so he dropped a unicorn sticker.
Because they had Jurassic World on TV last night, and I was just sort of honest, like, God, this is just generic as fuck. Maybe,
correct.
Is it possible there's Jurassic fatigue that people are gonna go another dinosaur movie?
That's not possible.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how much was the last one made? Let's say how much money it made.
That's like Steam releasing another train game and people saying, "Oh, we're not gonna play it."
So you're not totally wrong because I'm trying to think of what the third one in that Jurassic World trilogy was. I do not know the name at all. So
is it World Rebirth?
No, this one now is no. Yeah, no, see, I can't remember the one where now. The one we get now is Rebirth
because there was the one where they brought Alan Grant back and Ellie, like they brought all the main characters back. Yeah. Was the one?
Yeah, that one was Dominion or Domination or something like that, right?
Dominion.
Yeah, it was It was actually the
think.
worst one that they ever made. Was that one?
That was the dirt bikes through the city with the raptors like chasing them, right?
See, I remember it as
with the
horrible
laser?
CGI everywhere.
Horrible CGI everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying is, I think it's going to do pretty well. And we just saw with the How to Train Your Dragon is they were projecting it to like, what was it, like 70 to 80 mil, and now they're having to say it's going to be 90 to 100 mil or whatever it was. They had to bump that up. So for whatever reason, I think they might be lowballing the summer box office. That's weird. Well, we will definitely have to keep that in mind, because I didn't realize that I had heard something. I didn't realize they had lowballed that one too.
Well, I was talking a lot of smack about the new Jurassic Park movie until I saw that raft scene in the longer form. Actually, dude, that looks awesome.
And
give me that.
And then the underwater one where she's like hanging its eyeball, like they're definitely leaning into that horror aspect.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you see the raptor that can fly that looks like a seagull, I'm like, when you see the Rancor Tard monster, we're probably gonna be like, cringe corpo. But
though, I think that raptor with the feathers is a real dinosaur. I think the only non-real dinosaur is that abomination one. So
yeah, the one they mixed up. I think we see all movies overtaking Elio. Shout out to my Mexican, Dominican, one-eyed kids who fucking were waiting for the representation.
When you said real dinosaur, it confused me.
Anyone
practical? Yes.
Anyone going to see Elio, you have to go through the ice blockade. So if you were going for your representation, you have to make sure.
Yeah, it's like pronounce Elio for us. And if you throw too much of an accent, we're gonna need to check your papers.
Yeah, I think
what's this?
Boosh might have it right.
Get out.
There's like 100 different species of raptor, though.
I mean, obligatory. We just assumed that they were lizard skinned, and the more we actually look into dinosaurs, they probably had feathers. Yes.
And even no matter how much we look forward into it, it's so long ago, you got to throw an asterisk next to it all.
So long ago. So long ago. Yeah.
Oh, hell, we can't even all agree on shit that happened yesterday.
Yeah.
Like stuff that should be like basic science.
No, because, yeah.
We are in divisive times. Dragon Age the Veilguard dialogue was reportedly rewritten to be more serious after BioWare worried it would face the same backlash as Forspoken for being too snarky.
Snarky is what the problem was. Sure.
Veilguard with doing the barves and stuff was less snarky than the original version of it. ABF, you have any thoughts on that?
It's so overt that I can't believe that it had like as many people buy that game as it did.
My sources are telling me How to Train Your Dragon was reportedly rewritten to be less fucking woke. It's like, no,
a lot of people weren't paying attention. All they heard was Dragon Age. All they heard was BioWare. And then they got it, and they got childlike high school humor. Here, let's see.
I know. I'm sorry. It's a roller coaster. I'm saying one of these days we have to. Rossi, do we have the legal rights to publish your super chats one day?
Rossi for 5. I was eating lunch with my mom and listening to you guys. She has Trump derangement syndrome. You guys triggered her, so thank you. She's so disappointed. Oh no, Mama Rossi.
Oh, no. Sorry, Rossi.
She's gonna throw a Molotov at law enforcement now. No,
there was no Russian collusion. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It got proven. The Steele dossier was fake. It got proven. Come on, they lied to you. Just get upset that they lied to you. Is really what needs to happen.
Yes, exactly. Be mad at the media.
As we will be discussing, like the Democrats, man, their polling is already in the dumps. We need to make sure all our boomer dads here on Father's Day. You see those No Kings idiot yesterday? You know they're getting paid to be there. Like we normally don't need to force politics, but
somebody makes a good point. Why don't you fucking just talk to your mother, Rossi? You're watching us losers instead of enjoying the moment you're having with your mommy. Hi. How's your staph infection? Do you still have a face?
Hey, Joe, that's my super chatter. I very much appreciate him. He can do whatever he wants. We're all praying for him.
It's my short king.
Okay, going past that to the fun stuff. So I had like all my stickers, but of course, when I asked Hayden, hey Hayden, what stickers should I get to put on the PC? You've been so supportive. He says, well, you're in luck. There's a Kirsche sticker on GamerSups. I'm like, oh wow, that's perfect. Such a good idea, Hayden. I'm gonna go do that. Except Gamer Sups is one of those merch things where, so you have a merch campaign and then you purchase it. I purchased it in like the beginning of April, and then the campaign still has to go for like another month, and then you have to wait 12 to 16 weeks for it to start shipping, in which you then probably have to wait 1 to 3 weeks for it to actually ship to. So I was like, I can't keep waiting. So I finally put the stickers on. This is how pretty they look.
Oh my!
Yay!
I love that the Tari symbol for Stargate. That looks great.
Yeah, those were we'll go. Yeah, the ABF pics. Obviously, we got the ABF sticker. We got the Stargate. Of course, he needed some Rambo on there just to make sure I never forgot that Rambo's a hero. And then, of course, also Predator. You son of a bitch. And then for Jake Martin, we got a little Fujiko down there from Lupin. And then this is Haiti, which Tomac really wants me to play. She's a very, very thick cyborg. This is a secretly racist-ish, adorable little anime girl. This is Tomac. This is actually secretly some like not safe for work cartoons or something. So it looks like a nice little skull logo, but it's actually like super degenerate. And then of course we got Badger Sticker and Stay Gucci available at their shops now. And then this was from an anime that Tomac had me watch. I really enjoyed. And then Reaper Destroyer, Joe Sontag's book, which is amazing, came with a free sticker.
One thing I noticed there, Erwin, is that you still have it changed off of your Rainbow Puke RGB. Do you need help installing the software to control that?
Well, my thought was I was going to change it once I got tired of the Rainbow Puke making my eyes bleed, but then I added the stickers, so they should kind of help keep some of it blocked. Yeah. Well, should I? Are there better? Like, what's better? It is. I mean,
let it remind you.
Those are. That was an $80 Leon Lee fan pack, and you can install the Leon Lee software to control it, and it looks pretty cool. So, just saying.
Leon Lee. All right, Leon Lee.
I'll find the download and link it to you.
All right. Let's see. ABF check TMs. That's what my note now says. Rossi for 2. She's white side of the family. She doesn't match. Jesus. We might not publish that one in the eventual Rossi super chat book.
Half Lebanese, so only his Lebanese side counts.
Well, I will.
Good man.
We will discuss deportations later, here in about 10 minutes. All right, so I got the stickers, and then we did a little bit of an episode 250. Rossi dropped another 2. I tried to explain this Steel Dossier is fake.
Limp Rose.
Limp Rose. I know.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying is, like a Father's Day, your dads are kind of a little base-ish, doesn't really follow politics, but tends to agree with you. Maybe just find a way to slip in making fun of these protesters thing. This is something we got to make sure the normies understand is being paid for. It's not real. The media is going to portray it as real and a bunch of peaceful protesting, and we need to make sure we show the boomers, nah, don't get played by MSNBC or whatever. This is what's actually happening.
I always say people, they all operate on different speeds as far as waking up. Some may never, but they don't want to wake up if they're not acknowledging the Steele dossier.
No need to push those people, especially if they're relatives.
Yeah,
but those there's a lot of people who are receptive and believe the stuff we do. They just don't really care to follow it. Those sorts of people.
Years of me to deprogram my father from having TDS to be able to just have a conversation about it, to now he's so fucking aware and chipped in that he tells me shit about. I'm like, I don't care. I don't care about the China Observer. But like, because he got lied to, and then once he realized how dumb he sounded for so long, now he's angry, and when my uncle says TDS dumb shit, and I go, yeah, that's what it was like talking to you, and he's like, oh, I don't know how you dealt with it. Yeah,
it's like, oh yeah, my dad's finally woken up, and then your dad's like, so tell me about all these Jewish reptilians that actually secretly run the world. It's like, no,
bring
Dad!
Bring it back, yeah. But like, that's the point, is you gotta, once you do get people that have TDS and you do get them like oh man, they are, but it just takes so much work.
My mom's dumbass. So my mom and dad both voted for the first time in 2020, and they cancel each other's votes out because my mom doesn't like mean tweets. She's literally he's mean on Twitter, even though she doesn't use Twitter. I just don't like, I don't like how he talks about, but then in this next one, I don't think she voted for the Democrats this time.
It took a year plus just to get him to admit that. just admit that you don't like that he says mean tweets or the way he says shit, because everything else, if I list off all his things, you agree with.
And so
that used to be my parents. They would cancel each other's vote out, but then my mom just kept putting Newsmax on, and my dad finally woke up. It was kind of funny.
Yeah, what's the Yahtzees knew you control the woman. That's why they go after the women. You control the woman, and the men and children are going to follow along.
Well, Lucifer knew that.
Yes. Yes. So these people are absolutely insufferable to like 90% of the country. These sorts of people, when they are absolutely embarrassing themselves, it's so hard to be like, oh, hey, Dad, this is how like things actually work, or this is the sort of political system that would work considerably better than this. Like socialism is bad. They don't ever want to listen to this. When I talk about like the Les Mercantes and the whatnot, is I don't want them canceled. They are the best spokespeople for our side. I don't whoopsie daisy. I don't want these people like banned from the internet. I want everyone to see these people. For those that don't know, these are ones blocking traffic, and then a black woman gets out and says, "Why are you keeping me from going to work?" And then they go full white liberal on her.
Cool.
Wait,
and that dude.
Have you guys seen it?
No, I have not.
I'm aware who this guy is. You know who this guy is? I'm assuming that's what you're about to go on to.
Oh, wait, who is it? Oh, do they know?
Oh, that is a professional activist who already has won like millions of dollars by suing the police for a BLM protest a couple of years ago. He literally is a professional grifter activist.
So they sue, get a bunch of money, and then they continue being pain in the system. Yep.
Literally make millions off of being a cry bully, essentially. Wow.
Yeah.
So those people, that's where you're like, oh, hey, Dad, have you seen this video? Don't tell them about how the Federal Reserve in 1913 on Christmas Day, when all of the Congress people were, they don't care. They're not going to ever listen to that. You say, hey, look at this video of this idiot. That's how you do it. And shit. So yesterday, I had an episode 250 celebration. We're having a 250 celebration today with a fun little military parade to celebrate our stream. And one of the goals, shout out to Tomac for getting us fully there, was to buy the oversized Funko Pop Grogu so I could hack its ears off.
I love it.
Went to buy it today, and it is currently not there. So as I pointed out to Badger yesterday when I went to GameStop, as if they didn't have the Baby Yoda, I could get the Baby Joey from Superman. So unless everyone in chat hates me, or ABF, if you prefer, I get the Funko Pop. I'll get the Funko Pop. But this thing is going to hurt a lot less when I punch it in the face.
I have a hard time supporting anything Funko Pop, so I'll just I'm just gonna stay out of this one.
Well, that was the problem. Is I told everyone I was going to chop its ears off, and I put up a vote, and then everyone clearly wanted me to chop its ears off, but I forgot to end the poll. So everyone kept saying, "Oh, do you want me to buy the Funko Pop Grogu?" So everyone started voting no for it. So I ended up losing at the end by the time I looked. So that's why I made it a goal. But then by that time, it had already sold. So I know Badger would really appreciate me punching Baby Joey in the face.
I would.
So I'm going to probably go Baby Joey. Let's see what Ben has to say. Member for 13 months. You love to see it. My family are hardcore royalists, so no kings ain't going to fly here. Yeah. I did originally have this brought up where this is going to backfire on them a bit. Also, like, we already have the aristocratic utensil and stuff. We already have a segment of the right that kind of want to bring monarchy back. But, we'll get into it. There's been some good information war with people pointing out, Christ is king and such like that. But here in a moment, or like how we already have a No King's Day. It's called July 4th. Claire Skur, Expedition 33. What the hell? How have you not played it yet? Play it now, because I'm going to have a video out here in a month and a half or so. And you're going to watch it. I'm not going to give you a choice. You're going to love it. And you're going to, if you haven't played it then, you're going to desperately want to play it. But you're going to say, oh no, I already know what's happening. Things have been spoiled for me. So play it now. It's incredible. And it's on Game Pass. And you can definitely beat it in a month. So it's worth the $12 or whatever for Game Pass. So you can play it on PC or Xbox or even your damn phone or refrigerator these days. However you're going to do it, please, God, play some Expedition 33. It's incredible. The turn-based combat, even if you don't love it, even like the little bit Badger played was like, oh, okay, this is a lot better than what I was thinking. Don't let that be a turnoff. The characters, the story, the environments, the NPCs, all of it, incredibly freaking good, which is why it's got on 84 critics reviews, a 93 and a 9.7 amongst the fans.
And if you don't feel like supporting Game Pass, I saw some people in chat say that it's only $49.99 on other platforms. So it's not a full-blown $80 game yet.
Correct. And
Which
then when
it feels like it should be.
It should be. And the first week they put it out, they had it like an extra $5 off.
By the way, what the fuck is the problem with Game Pass? Like, it doesn't hurt us whatsoever. The negativity is to them. They're the one losing money. For $15, essentially, $20, I think, for the Ultimate, which I got grandfathered into, you have a plethora of games, way better than anything on PlayStation Plus, right, or whatever the fuck their version of it is. And you get day one releases of like most new releases.
It's the only reason to have an Xbox, essentially.
It's Pro Gamer Now, Badger, but my belief is that they will be like Netflix and churn out shit once they have a certain amount of subscribers.
But we've
I
been
don't
way
know how
past
that is
that
sustainable.
point,
We've been because the whole point of was we saw how they do the game. In other words, studios make their game. They don't make games for Game Pass. Now you're saying eventually that's how it would be.
Yes,
but
that's me looking down the road.
I would be more
because
looking down the road of them using AI to shit out of different games, not have Game Pass be the distribution method is not going to be what's going to ruin gaming.
So the same people are saying that Game Pass is gross and like ruining the industry or whatever, are the same ones advocating for you go to one of the G2A side or whatever that is, where most of those keys are fucking stolen. So it's like, that's gross. Don't support a corporation. Instead, support thieves.
Me personally, I bought the game on Steam, and I think that the money went to the developers more than me going to Game Pass.
Well, yeah, but with Game Pass, it's based on how much your game actually gets played, so it is still performance based.
And Oblivion, I straight up bought. So, like, if a game is good enough, I will buy it outright.
The Steam charts for Expedition 33 proves it's so incredibly good. When you can get it for $12 a month, people are choosing to buy it instead. It's that good. And I Expedition 33, I'm loving. Doom Dark Ages, I freaking loved it. And the fact that I can do that for $12 a month is
Starfield. Crazy. I would have never bought Starfield.
Yeah,
played it because it was on Game Pass.
High on Life, one of the reasons I got Game Pass in the first place.
Never fucking bought that game.
It was full price too. Never ever in a million years would I have done that.
So if anything, now that we found out how Game Pass works, that you get a one-time fee and then you don't see money again from Game Pass unless your game is in the daily active users, that would behoove you to make your games really good so that it's in the top daily users all the time.
ABF, what's the website called where everyone buys the cheap Steam keys and it's
I
super
think
fucking shady?
Oh, it's not G2A anymore, right? It's
did they get shut down or something?
Yeah, those are different ones.
Okay, so everyone's right then. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
we don't
can't
remember.
Solve supporting the corpos and devs by supporting thieves.
Well, no, I never really did that. I'm a Steam gamer. I really like the Steam platform, and I do like having everything there.
Yeah.
That's where all my friends are at. I hate having
I'm back on Steam.
Yeah. I hate having to like log in like 3 different ways so that, someone that bought the game on Epic can play with someone on Steam. Like I like everything on Steam.
I'm a Steam achievement whore now. I have like hundreds of thousands on the Xbox and no one gives a fuck anymore. So instead of getting Skyrim Special Edition on there, I'll play it on PC with mods and get my Steam mod achievements up. Yeah.
Battlefront 2 is like, hey, we need to download the EA Play app, and I almost didn't play it specifically for that reason. Because I agree with ABF. Just put it up on Steam or my goddamn I got the dang Xbox app. If I can't play it on the Xbox app or Steam, then just go screw yourself. I'd rather just not play it.
I was never gonna buy fucking Game of War E-Day, Gears of War E-Day, where the Emergence prequel, but that'll be on Game Pass.
Oh, and then so what the Reloaded or whatever is on?
Yeah. Which one?
The new one, the remake, that's going to be on Game Pass, right?
The remaster, right?
The
remaster.
I'm assuming, but I'm assuming they were talking about the new E-Day one.
Oh, yeah,
the remaster. It's a prequel, like talking about the first emergence of the Locust and shit.
They might do that. They might do that dual thing where yes, you can play it on Game Pass, but you have to pay to like play it early on Game Pass also. Or something, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I said like but even then it was just like you just wait 2 more days and then it fucking still comes out like Dark Ages.
They might do like a 2-week thing though.
So this is Actually, the same day is insane because it destroys the cells. The same as streaming destroying like DVD and Blu-ray cells. The 2 week. I'm perfectly fine with the 2 week window to go on Game Pass. So Gears of War Reloaded is going to be on Game Pass. I would not have bought it. I would not have played it, but I got the gaming channel, so I got to keep doing games, which is I got to keep my game spending in check. So I tried to play the games that are going to be on Game Pass. It's on there. Would not have played it. But now I'm like,
it.
It's on Game Pass. Might as well do a video for it.
You will like it. And that will get you interested in the sequel. That gets people downloading that. That's how that works.
I played one. I think I played one in Gears 1 and 2.
Yeah, the 2 week window I was referring to though, Erwin, is they'll put the game on Game Pass, but you can't play it for 2 weeks unless you pay for the like limited edition. Like that's a thing now. It's like they want your money monthly, and they want like a lump sum so you can play it early. Yeah,
they have to do something though because it's too good of a deal. And I do agree with those who argue it's destroying the industry, but at the same time, it's either I don't play your games or I play your games for cheaper. It's like I use my limited pass to go to the movie theaters, or I see one movie every month or two.
Yeah, and
what would you prefer?
Think Microsoft figured out that they grew their customer base only by like 1%, and they were like calling that a win because they didn't lose a bunch. But I think I'm hoping that they figure out the secret to the success is have a lot of games that are good.
Yes.
So
Expedition 33, Oblivion, and Dark Ages all just came out and are all really good for $12 a month. I'm gonna do it. What happened?
I was gonna get the Gears prequel game until I heard the news about the woke women devs trying to sabotage it because their pissed fans hated Gears 5 and their girl boss takeover. Confirmed that I hated the 5th one and their girl boss takeover.
Oh, really?
They completely switched protagonist to. In the 4th one, it's like, oh, the main character has a son and he's cool, blah blah blah. And in that last one, they completely shifted focus to the female of a different. Yeah.
Did they have a council of woke? It sucks. But that's a good example.
First 3 games, solid.
You were excited for it. You were going to give it money. And then there's that little bit of wokeness that just puts that bad taste in your mouth.
Talk about the worst game to make woke, right? You have a war-torn Earth.
It's Image Comics all over.
Yeah. But everybody has to come together and have the most, testosterone possible to kill aliens. And they're like, nope, we need to put woke in the game. Get out of here.
Image Comics. I thought it was good. Everything is so manly. I'm like, there's no way it could not be woke. Like, look how Jack Savage Dragon is. He's all hairy and shit. Look at this dude. And look how high tea that is. There's no way this could go woke.
It was a lot. But this also goes to the game studios are not what they used to be. So
Badger, here's an idea. You make a prequel that is woke, right? But since things are so woke, it actually lets everything turn to shit, and that's how you get the other games.
This is the Ubisoft purposely destroying it so Tencent can buy it and make it based argument.
Yeah.
Like this. I'm like, how can you make this woke? And it goes woke immediately. And it's fuck.
Gears of War is literally fucking Warhammer stuck on one planet. And not fighting anything, it's just fighting the locust, but entire society that all they have is war, all they know is war, all there is the fight. Few city states left.
Sorry, I'm still fuming a bit. So this was the problem: is Witchblade super sexed up, super manly high tea, even though the main character is a woman. She's a great boss bitch. And then they ruin it because they let a non-binary write it. The last character you should be making woke is Witchblade. And then that same broad, along with some of the other woke bitches, also write the Red Sonias from Conan. Red Sonja and Witchblade. The last female characters you should be woking up, and they did it. And that's how Gears of War is.
When that comes out in live action, that is gonna fucking tank, even though it has her in a bikini with midriff and she's not ugly, and you know what I'm saying, because people are so over it.
Correct. And yeah, even when you put good stuff out, people aren't interested anymore. See if I whip out a.
Yeah, you haven't lived until you've shredded a locust with a lancer. And
Conan is just so grimy and real and dirty, and animalistic, and now they've just like popified it, wokeified it. Take everything that makes it like it makes it soulless, like we were saying with the How to Train Your Dragon. It just loses what made it special. That little sparkle in its eyes just gone. So it's finally time to talk about No King's Day. Who is the actual king? I owned all three: GameCube, PlayStation 2, and Xbox. I loved them all. I was blessed enough to be able to own them all at one point. We had like four kids in the family. Thankfully, that definitely helped. I don't know who I would pick as my king. I assume it usually comes down to like PlayStation or Xbox loyalty in this decision.
PlayStation 2 had the most amount of games with variety.
And it was my DVD player.
Xbox, the OG, had Halo.
Xbox had Halo, and it had Knights of the Old Republic, and everyone else can go fuck themselves. And then it got Call of Duty originally. Like, yeah.
PS2 was pretty freaking awesome, though.
PS2 would definitely probably be up there as, like, of all the PSs, PS2's life cycle.
The GameCube, man, though. If my GameCube played DVDs, I think a GameCube might possibly be at the top for me.
Xbox and Xbox 360 kind of fucking were the greatest times.
Yeah, I enjoyed the GameCube, but I think PS2 got the most mileage in my household. So
same, yeah. PS2 definitely got the most use. Xbox had Halo, but GameCube, I freaking loved my GameCube. So it's so hard.
I bought my first, the most money I've ever seen or heard, like $300 or $400, whatever it was, for my first console.
I was one of those. I was one of those nerdy kids where we would load up our giant ass 80-pound TVs into each other's cars, grab some network switches, and have a LAN party with Halo. So,
yes, definitely the only LAN parties I did were Halo LAN parties, and kids just don't appreciate what they have these days. We used to have to like do physical damage to our bodies trying to carry these CRTs. Two-person, you had to have two people for it because it's all lopsided and like weirdly shaped, and like the weight is like pushed towards the back, so it's like unevenly distributed. So there are a lot of CRTVs that got dropped, I assume, and broken because people are trying to move them around a game and what have you.
Well, the nice thing about those TVs, half the time when you drop them, they're fine.
Yeah, we made shit to last for sure.
So true. And then
if there's something wrong, you just hit it and that fixes it.
Yep.
Apologies for getting this up late. Didn't want to forget it. John Platt for 2 months. Hail Nerdwars crew, mods, and chat. Haven't played Expedition 33. The next part of this chat better be you saying you're going to play. As I'm enjoying my nostalgic playthrough of Elder Scrolls 6 too much. Wait, Elder Scrolls 6
is a joke because Elder Scrolls 6 was announced like 7 or 8 years ago, and I'm assuming jumping that by this point it should have come out and we would have all had nostalgia playthroughs by now, but it's still fucking not out. Yes, that is correct.
So as you're getting closer to your Skyrim, have you decided, are you going back to Oblivion right after?
No, I'll probably play because it's still patching and I got all the achievements, so I don't feel that pull. I'll probably play Expedition.
ABF, was there something you were want to say?
Oh, I was going to say, I love those tweets about Elder Scrolls announcements. You know, they remind you how long ago they announced it. They're like, nearly 10 years ago, they said that it was going to come out.
Which is why you have like NDAs and stuff, and you coordinate your marketing, because you got to make sure you put it, because when you say, hey, it's an announcement, people get really upset when you don't give them the thing that you announced. So maybe just don't announce it till you're certain.
Wait till the game hits a certain point. Yeah.
There's only so much like extra hype it can provide before you get the like George R.R. Martin where it's give us the fucking game now.
And all but confirmed that we are getting a Fallout remaster, Fallout 3, the same way Oblivion, because of the channels that I watch that cover that shit are like, yeah.
Well, the success of it, yeah. They're seeing, oh, we can just remaster our games and people love it, and they don't even argue that much about it. We're gonna keep doing that. So
yeah. Well,
I support it. Make him good. Seabrew for 2. Wait, what? Badger plays games and Rambo was a hero?
Bro, I got the 20-year fucking badge on Steam.
I said ABF's like our official like games correspondent or whatever, just because he does the gaming streams. But yeah, Badger very much so could also be our gaming correspondent.
I'm hip. I'm with it.
Well, definitely. Yeah, Badger is our Bethesda expert. And also Assassin's Creed expert.
Assassin's Creed, yeah.
Oh,
Star Wars, Mass, shit like that.
Single player RPGs and MMOs. Would you say those are your specialty?
You fucking liar. Yeah, open world, third person. Yeah, for the most part.
Whereas I'm a first person shooter kind of guy.
I like my automation games, and I like my
Civ.
my Civ, but I also like those little indie games where everybody's co-oping together.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like Lethal Company and stuff like that, and Phasmophobia, and I love those kind of games.
The drug game that you guys were just playing.
Yeah, Schedule 1.
Schedule 1, yeah.
Apparently, the kids are referring to them as friend slop now, or at least in the Russian Badger video where they played Repo, they kept calling it friend slop.
How can you call a game that people are having so much fun with slop?
Bro, if you're having fun, you're having fun.
Well, you know, it's just like the simple basics, and it's like, it's a good game, but it's what really makes it great is when you play it with friends.
Mm-hmm.
So I get it, but yeah, that's what they're calling it. These. Well, some of it though is kind of jank and super basic, but still like Lethal Company and Repo. I mean, they're kind of super basic.
He's a distant cousin.
Yeah,
I do recommend, sure. Yes.
Oh, well,
all his badgers stick together.
Anyone who likes gaming and YouTube videos of gaming with lots of editing, the Russian Badger is one of the goats. He's at like 12 million subscribers or something like that. Fantastic. I actually kind of hate watching his videos because I kind of hate watching people who are absurdly good at editing because it just makes me want to like give up on everything. Like that's how good his videos are. He uses a lot of motion capture suits, so he does a lot of fun with
Eric
that.
Clapton talking about watching Jimi Hendrix play the guitar.
Yeah,
I'm just not gonna play the
guitar
anymore.
Man,
What
I'm
am
really
I
good at
doing?
it, but like I'm not gonna. Why am I wasting? Craft Web for 2. Price of Reason. Would you like to sing this one for us?
For fuck's sake, cancel Disney Plus. Oh, thank you.
But how am I gonna watch Ironheart? Which is coming soon.
I have a few methods if you need help.
Oh,
Anime 9. No.
I think I do have access to Disney Plus still because it was $1. So I gave my buddy like $5, and I'm like, we got Disney Plus.
That should answer like, what's your gaming history? My first Xbox was to play KOTOR and Halo, and yes, I would be at the Asian internet cafe until 2 a.m. playing Counter-Strike.
Wait,
for
really?
$2 an hour.
Oh, wait, yeah, because California. So you guys actually do have Asian. Yeah, okay.
We do, yeah. And that was like back in the day, they were the only one that had T1 internet, like fast enough internet and land to do that. So yeah, we were all playing Counter-Strike 1.6 till 2 a.m. $2 an hour.
ABF.
Yeah, that was when ping mattered too. Yeah, Tribes 2. Oh man,
a culture. ABF. We had a society. When I say make America great again, I'm talking about what the America I grew up in. Fucking those early 2000s. Please.
Yeah, bring us shitty internet back again and bring back the Yoo-hoo in the room.
Fucking Yoo-hoo.
Ramen cup noodles.
Dude,
way too much of that.
My internet was so terrible back in Battlefield 2 days that I used to go to one of those rent to computer LAN centers and like pay per hour to play Battlefield 2 on their PC because my internet was shit.
The demo for Jedi Outcast back in the day was 762 megabytes, and I would go and download it and spend 30 minutes downloading 700 megabytes just to play the demo on that fucking God, we've come a long way.
So Halo is what really got me into FPS games, and then Tribes 2, which is one with like jetpacks and like skiing down hills and like spin fusers. They recently did like yet another attempt at a remake.
You shoot rockets where you think the enemy's going to be.
And so it's like similar, exactly. Similar to Battlefield. They would just have like public servers and whatnot. So I ended up in a clan or whatever we called them at the time that competed competitively. And so you'd have to do it through like websites. And like Marvel Rivals, they have actual like tournament modes and stuff like that now. But back in the day, you'd have to organize it all through like a third-party website. And not enough people did it. So our tribe, it was probably called the tribe. Our tribe became the #1 on the ladder. But then there was a classic mode that was a lot faster and was like one of the OG ones. So like one of the top tribes from there decided to start playing the slow easy mode, absolutely stomped everyone, including us. And then I think I stopped playing shortly after that because, oh my God, it was the Jimi Hendrix moment where it's like, we're never going to be this good. I give up.
I used to rent a server to play Jedi Academy with other people, like was in a clan, and like, oh my god, you could go. There was a clan that they ran like an actual Jedi Academy, and had a custom built like Yavin Jedi Academy, and they had people that would go and teach you lightsaber combat, teach you like competitive, but in the man, we had a country,
dude. Just before anything before Discord days was fun because I was that dude that paid $1.50 a month for a TeamSpeak server. And we were we were that coordinated squad that would just like totally destroy everybody. It was amazing.
Oh, yeah. It's like the equivalent of getting used like a mouse and keyboard on like a mobile game.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, TeamSpeak. All you Discord enjoyers, you don't know how good you have it.
Oh, you jump on TS? What? I don't want to talk to you guys.
And that was, God, like my tribe, we actually cheated. It had to have been cheating, where like one of our tank guys, the heavies, they had like literally a nuclear like gun weapon essentially. And so they would find the perfect spot to stand on a map and then just shoot the nukes like up into the air in a giant arc, and to where they would have it to where you could like mark it, so you'd stand on the right spot, and then you'd mark where you have to aim, so that way you had the pre-spots to just like destroy all their turrets or generators and whatnot. It was definitely cheating now that I think about it. Games were
everyone else needed to get good, Erwin. That's the issue. Yeah,
true, so true. And one of the guys played guitar, so he played the Mortal Kombat like theme song to amp us up before the match. It was the good old day. But it was through TeamSpeak, so it was really good. And then it cut out, and then it'd be really good, and then it cut out. But we didn't care. Oh my god! I just realized the microphone I used during those days is that same microphone that Nagarnal has. That's like the long one on like the stand. Like
I think it's made by Logitech. I used to have one too. It sounded like shit.
Yeah,
it's a little 3.5 millimeter.
The good old days.
Proper
proper
country.
Now that we remembered how good it used to be, sadly we have to talk about the country we are currently living in. Freedom Tunes, which if you guys enjoy animation and politics, you're not following Freedom Tunes on YouTube, they're freaking hilarious. Before
Very
social
funny.
media, lefty representation consisted of fictional media where they were played by attractive Hollywood actors who made carefully crafted, witty statements someone else wrote. Then people got smartphones and normally saw that this is what lefties are actually like. And that's my point. You don't have to shove politics into your friends and family and coworkers' face. Just a little nudge of, hey, look at this video of this idiot. That's how you got to do it. No need to be pushy. No need to push politics on them. Just, hey, look at this idiot. And speaking of, hey, look at this idiot, friend of the channel, thanks to ABF, Lectern Guy, is going to go visit a No Kings rally. They all have to go. Rooting for you, buddy.
I hung out with that dude for an hour at AmFest. He's hilarious.
Do you think he's actually going to go out in this? Or do you think he's just memeing?
I don't know. If he's in a MAGA crowd, I'm sure he will be. Yeah.
He did. And well, yeah, so they get all the boomers on their email list out for this, and then this is their peaceful protesting. And then later tonight, assuming that hasn't been shut down by all the police and whatnot, that's when all the black bloc commies and agitators and paid fascists come out and start destroying everything. And then we say, hey, look at them destroying everything. And then the media says, no, look at them. They're just standing around, old people holding signs. So that's the current stage that they are in at the moment.
Yeah. So quick story about Lectured Guy. He doesn't follow anybody unless you make him laugh on Twitter. So do you know how I won him over to follow me?
Of one of your patented dad jokes?
I told him a dad joke.
It's one of those weird things where these people criticizing this, and even if you take away the bleeding heart and think that they're taking away people's parents and shit and deporting them while their kids are at school, it's one of these, you just ask them, so what laws should we enforce? What laws would you like us to enforce?
Yeah, sanctuary city. Let's just legalize murder. We're a sanctuary city. It's okay. You just say sanctuary city.
And also fucking Reddit, right? Sometimes it'll show me like the local, like, for like Santa Barbara or some dumb shit like that. They're like, ICE was here, and pictures. And then someone was like, I wonder how much all those vehicles cost to do this. And it's like, you fucking idiots. How much do you think it was costing to take care of the taxes that they're not paying and the medical bills that they're... Yeah.
Yeah, I'll pay 10 grand for a gas up for a jet to get a bunch of people out of the country because it'll save us money in the end.
There are very few things we support the government stealing our money to do. Deporting them all is one of the things I fully 100% support.
It's also one of those with at the end of the day, if you said the quiet part out loud that you're actually just don't want to pay for all this, you are paying far more to have them here than you are to send them back.
Yep.
Just look at your rent, look at your grocery bills.
And I don't have it, but the black dude construction worker whose video went viral, who said for the first time in a long time, there's only Americans on this job site.
Yeah, feels good. Yeah, we will discuss. Yeah, we'll be getting more into that on Tuesday because they're doing the whole, oh, look at our farmers. We need them for farming.
Gavin Newsom had the fucking balls to try and talk shit to Trump about the troops sent here having to sleep in like big warehouses and convention centers on the floor. First of all, welcome to the military. They're probably quite comfortable, just happy to be on the inside. And also, you have so many abandoned hotels that are working and you give them to homeless people. So fuck off.
Yep. And they get free phones, they get
drugs,
they
money.
get food, yeah, they get free needles and all that stuff. And it's wild.
The legal ones do as well. We got a bunch of Burmese people around here decided to give them asylum and $100,000 plus and a bunch of other free stuff for some reason. And we get to pay for it. Well, I get to live in the ghetto and pay for foreigners to come have houses and cars.
Oh, and the Chinese dude who is a Texas immigrant, his video went viral where he was basically like, you see that? That's the American flag.
Oh no, reverse fire. Okay, it took a second. I thought it took a second to kick in. I thought you might be a little too girthy. You gotta make sure you spit on that first.
I had to put it on full auto. It was on semi-auto.
How about for $90? I'll put the fucking mousetrap on my tongue.
And we know what we really want and need.
Is it okay if I put the mousetrap on Grogu's tongue, Mr. Reverse Card?
You should get him in the ear with it.
Mankind has only one chance to prosper. If you will not seize it, then I will.
That's right.
Will.
Anyway, I started blasting. Bang! Bang!
Oh, what's that, Grogu? No kings, you say? Law and order.
Oh, Graph-Web dodged
Law and order.
all the things.
I'm starting to think that there's something up with Graph-Web. I don't know how he's doing it. Performance enhancement?
I think Graph-Web is a Fed.
Hey, you don't like when people accuse you of being a Fed as a joke. So let's be careful with those accusations.
And yeah, there's a whole list of leftist TikTok makers who got the memo to fucking say the same thing in all their videos.
So here's the problem with that. The first one I saw, I immediately said, this is some fig tree, and didn't believe it in the slightest bit because it seemed 100% scripted. And finally today, after all the idiots on our side shared it, finally you get the community note that says, oh, this guy clearly is doing satire. It even says it in the fucking video. But then our side just shares it all and immediately discredits ourselves. And then I saw other people doing it and they were saying the exact same shit. I'm like, I don't believe you either. So there are probably they are definitely getting paid to do it. You can see the ads on like Craigslist and whatnot. But for some reason, some memo went out and said, hey, fake these, get them to share it so that way we can discredit them and say it's all fake. I feel like.
Well, I mean, they're all saying the same thing, that like actually being illegal is like a misdemeanor or whatever. They're saying the same talking point. So that might be separate. Yeah,
and
you think that's
seems super scripted as well. And that's what made me immediately think, yeah, I don't believe you. I might have deleted. I had it in my bookmarks at one point. But yeah, the second I saw, actually I probably took it off because I saw the community note and said, yep, lame, fake and gay, just like I thought. Yep, I debookmarked it because it was fake and gay. So in these sorts of times when crazy things are happening, if you got a fresh tweet that's like 3 minutes old and you're like, whoa, this is crazy, I can't believe it. Instead of hitting repost, just go ahead and look at the first few replies is usually a pretty good idea. Highly recommend it.
What's the thing you say? Scratch the surface?
Scratch a little bit. Just look into it a little bit. Otherwise, you're going to get your ass community noted and embarrass yourself. And then you lose credibility doing that. You don't need to be first. You need to be right. So
if you ate first, you're last.
well, then that's the mindset once you get into the Twitter grifting, and it was just like with YouTube videos that something drops and it's like, I gotta get the video out immediately. I gotta be the first one. I get it, but then
What
you
kind
don't
of
have
dumb
time for
shit
that
said
surface
that,
scratch.
Ricky Bobby? You did, Daddy.
So no kings. The Democrats want no kings. So 2016, Rigg's primary. Okay, 2017 to 2019, Russia collusion hoax. 2020 uses a pandemic to steal an election. 2020 and 2024, shadow government in control while mentally unfit president is propped up. 2024, again, no primary. Candidate just installed. 2025, fight the oligarchy. No kings. The hypocrisy is just absolutely reeking with this. And that's how we wake up those people in the middle. Get them to see the hypocrisy. And then that helps break the brainwashing probably better than anything. That and then like leftist screeching. Like the re-emote, like that, it just absolutely embarrasses them. And that, talking about us, how sometimes we discredit our side, that discredits them so much. And that's how you break the brainwashing. And no kings in America. This is not something I'm interested in getting behind, but as is pointing out, we actually celebrate No Kings Day on July 4th. So people taking the No Kings and reversing it, twisting it. Roger Stone pointing out, we do in fact have a king. His name is Jesus Christ. Just ask Isaac. You want to trigger the left. The easiest way is just Christ is king. I'm not even Christian,
so mad.
but yes, these demons, you just reply, we're praying for you. Or
Say Christ is king. You say Christ is like, I hear that Shia fucking clip all the time.
So that, just like they try to do Pride Month and everyone was like, nah, how about we do Veterans Month instead? Or, hey, how about let's focus on Men's Mental Health Awareness Month? That. Take their stuff, usurp it, twist it, just like Trump with fake news. Originally, they tried to use fake news against us, and then we flipped it and reversed it, and now fake news, everyone knows who we're talking about. It's the leftist mainstream media. Flip all the no kings crap on them. Show all the normies in your life just how big of idiots these people are. And they want no kings, of course. Ex-Clinton aide Huma Abedin to marry financier scion Alex Soros. So Alex Soros, son of George Soros, the one who is why there's so much crime in this country, amongst many, 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 many other things. And then Huma Abedin. So in the indie folks version of indie folk song at Alex Jones rant, he talks about she sleeps in the same room as that woman whose mother wears a hood over her head. What the hell? And he is referencing Huma Abedin because her mommy is part of the Muslim Brotherhood. Someone Obama was a big fan of letting infiltrate our country, hence why we now have like Ilhan Omars and whatnot, and no-go zones in Michigan. Yeah, yes, correct. And then she was married to Anthony Weiner, who got caught sending dick pics to underage girls on Twitter because instead of DMing them, he accidentally publicly posted his dick pics to a minor. And as you eventually learn in these situations, when you have a politician who is one of the elite and in the club in New York as well, if he gets caught being a big old pedo, usually the wife is in on it too. It's not just the men that are a bunch of sex degenerates amongst the elite. The women are part of it too, or enablers, or a Ghislaine Maxwell type handler, or go out and find them for it. So absolute horrendous monster. And she was Hillary Clinton's like right-hand man. So absolute just monsters. This is a match made in hell are getting married today while they're having a no kings protest. Go fuck yourself.
Nice to see that demons find other demons in relationships.
Yeah, what, like hell birds of a feather flock together? I was trying to think of what a hell bird. Wait, do you guys have any hell bird? I was like, no, Phoenix doesn't work. I couldn't think of a hell bird. Hell dog. Cerberus. I know a hell dog, hellhounds. I could not think of a hell bird.
You know all about dogs, don't you?
Robot.
Not of the hell variety. Yeah. So no kings, guys. Only our kings. Our kings are cool. Bernie Sanders, the man who never had a real job in his life, married a rich woman, and then became the mayor, and then became a senator. And those were his first fucking jobs. Oh, millionaires are the worst. Becomes a millionaire. Oh no, billionaires are the worst. I want to applaud all the patriots who will be participating. If you call these people protesting patriots, they'd probably attack you for using a slur against them. As I will. In no King's rallies across the country, Americans believe in freedom to be injected with COVID shots or they lose their job. Not authoritarianism. I honeymooned in the Soviet Union. In 1776, brave Americans took on and defeated the most powerful despot in the world. In 2025, we will do the same from my private jet. This shit. And there are still idiots. There are still Bernie bros, the Joe Rogans, the Asmongold's, who have woken up somewhat to reality, but still are like, oh man, it sucks that the Democrats stole the primary from Bernie. If only we had a Bernie. It's like, bro, he's not a populist. You and suckers. Jesus Davila for one gifted membership. No Kings, Jesus. Seabird 1138 for 2. Well, it's Donald Trump's birthday too, so, and the armies, and also Flag Day as well. Yeah, that's why we're covering this. Also, there was not a ton of entertainment, and all of the things are happening. So moving on, no Kings, mobilize. So here's the full page ad, brought to you by Christy Walton, a Walmart heiress. No oligarchy, guys, but hey, the queen of Walmart, we fully support her. We are a people of principle and honor. Okay, I don't believe you. We're talking about the Democrats. We honor our commitments and stand by our allies. It's because we pulled out of the World Health Organization. We defend against aggression by dictators. We uphold and defend the Constitution because we totes care about the Constitution. We care for veterans and children. In ESG, there's always a segment on veterans. They love pretending like they care about veterans. We respect our neighbors and trading partners. We support a healthy national and international economy, community, and environment. You can't have a healthy economy and have all your carbon taxes. You're doing the carbon taxes purposely to destroy the economy. We are the world leader trusted to uphold the stability of rule of law, which is why we impeached Trump twice, one of which was for the crimes of Joe Biden. We are the people of the United States of America. The honor, dignity, integrity of our country are not for sale. Our government is of the people, by the people, for the people. Brought to you by Walmart. Fuck yourself. Mm-hmm.
How effective do you think that newspaper ad was?
And it's people who read the New York Times as well. Physically read the New York Times. Probably
I remember when I was a kid, we had so many newspapers going around, we would make paper mache out of it all the time, you know?
Or, yeah, literally for birdcage liner. Forgot I'm a flag. And Badger is Cali straight.
The straightest.
Well, good news. If you like flags, No Kings merch is on sale, guys. CBS News is helping them fundraise now. CBS News, currently part of Paramount, who is trying to do a merger with Skydance, but is getting held up because there's currently a lawsuit against CBS by Trump. And CBS pulls this shit. I hope the merger never happens and Paramount goes bankrupt or it sells for pennies. You don't hate the media enough. More funding. It's all funded, blah, blah, blah. We actually had a pretty badass 250th birthday Army video, but we ran out of time. So I'll keep that up. Maybe we watch it tomorrow. Flag Day and Trump's birthday. And when he's doing the 250th birthday march, oh, we're going to schedule it for this day. Definitely had no idea that you... Flag Day does not mean false flags. They're going to dress up as Trump supporters. They are going to do attacks. Breaking: Minnesota Democratic Senator John Hoffman, Democratic House Rep, blah, 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 have been shot overnight by someone impersonating a police officer. Went to the door, impersonated a police officer, was let in or barged in, shot the And these are state representatives, so not like in federal, like Congress. Shot them and then shot their spouses. Yeah. And of course it's, oh, well, we all know who they're going to blame, but immediately the suspect's car found with no kings all over it. Immediately.
Oopsies. That kind of works against their narrative.
And that sort of thing. Telling your boomer normie parents, that sort of thing. Let them realize the Democrats are literal full-blown terrorists. Because
they're gonna spin it around and say that he was a Trump supporter somehow. They always
I was gonna say,
that. Yeah.
How are they gonna do it?
Every
so
time.
Dumb. No one believes that except the people that want confirmation bias.
He liked a Joe Rogan podcast. He's a far right. And here's his party affiliation with the Socialist Democrats or whatever. But he liked a Joe Rogan video once.
He donated $38 to Trump. Yeah.
Ricky Gervais out here keeping it real. Just met a lovely cat in Hertford. Not loading. Sorry, come on. Dang it. Twitter's being tard for me. And also my internet's being a tard. Turned out to be a Nazi.
His heart went out.
Yep.
This. Show how absurd they are. Show how ridiculous they are. This is actually exactly how you get. If your boomer parents are on Facebook, you got to meet them like where they're at. Like use ABF like dad jokes. Like Facebook boomer tier memes is how you want to reach them. That right there, fantastic example of it.
I was told if you do that with a pug, you get in big trouble. So
oh no.
Count Dankulo.
Don't train the dog to do it for sure.
Went to jail, and we're about to get out of here. I forgot I owed you guys a couple of super chat rewards. Anime. There are certain things that don't get enough appreciation, and that button that manages to hold these together doesn't get enough love. Button Coon, as we call it. And then Ballerina. I like Ana de Armas, but they did not use her sexiness nearly enough. We should have had this instead. Still what a flop though. And then well, my internet kind of, I'm gonna throw this in private chat and we'll have this play us out because I want to make sure my internet doesn't screw up. You guys need to see every frame of this video. It's super important. I want you guys to learn about pottery, and I want you to be able to appreciate women as artists. Badger, you got anything going on today, or are you just gonna go back into the world of Oblivion?
Yeah, I'm gonna go back into the world of Oblivion. Look at that. That's nice.
I didn't even see that maneuver. Oh my god.
Yeah. Hold on.
At first she spanks it too. No, wait, no, get back. We got to get to the vibrating part. I think it's towards the beginning.
Yeah, but I think that's my favorite
part. There. Okay, yes, pat it. There we go.
Yeah.
Badger will be back here tomorrow. ABF will be back here tomorrow.
Mañana.
Anything else you guys would like to plug? No?
Nope. Just off the hip on Mondays on my channel.
Let's go. And on the way out, St. Hugo dropping a $5 says 1D to the other D. If we don't get support soon, people will think we are nuts. I just keep thinking, I'm trying to figure out if it's a double D joke or not. It is not. And that's the problem is they have embarrassed themselves. Their polling is at historic lows and it continues to go lower. So their plan is to essentially go out, to have all the boomers protest and then have all their terrorists go out. And then we will be, hey, look at all their terrorizing, where they'll be like, no, we didn't do nothing. Look at all the boomers holding up signs. We didn't do nothing. And then they get some Trump supporter or someone they pretend is a Trump supporter where they attack their car, they try to drive off Charlottesville style or something like that. And then they have their false flag, their St. George Floyd moment. And that's what they're desperately hoping for. They're not going to get naturally. They're going to have to rely on some sort of false flag or huge media manipulation. So maybe just like show your boomer dad tomorrow the left being a bunch of crazy idiots, or make a little joke about how Walmart's trying to overthrow the country or something like that. Just keep it simple, preferably fun or funny. Thank you all for joining us. Can't wait to see you tomorrow.
So long, and thanks for all the fish.
Oh, the camera's on. The camera's been on the whole time, huh? I don't even know. Hello.
Screw you guys. I'm going home.
Good, then get the hell out of my life. Who needs you? Beat it. Leave me alone.
I needed to get rid of the human garbage, otherwise known as my best friends. Come on! Bonnie, how do you keep getting back in?
Well, bye.
If we're not back by dawn, call the president.
I am starting to think it was a double D joke. Oh, also, I got Trinity. Imagine if James Gunn just gave us this instead of Supergirl and Lobo for some reason. Jesus Christ.
Everyone has AIDS! My grandma